Generic greetings and welcome back once again to Prison Architect. Today's beverage is a very bubbly cherry crush soda. So welcome back to the game, and in the previous episode we were finishing off the first phase, I guess, of the facility, our permanent lockdown facility. That included things like some more security with searchlights, doing some wiring, building the dormitory, I say, with some level of trepidation. There's been concerns voiced about this dormitory and its proximity to the not perimeter wall, and I do share in those concerns. Truth be told, if this doesn't work out, well, I mean, we don't know if the rest of it's going to work out, but the dormitory itself is a notable case. I think what we're going to do is see how we get on with this one, and if there's a problem on any level, I'm just going to demolish it and turn it into soft play or something, just anything other than a dormitory. But anyway, in this episode, we are going to get some inmates and see if this thing actually works. So over to MinSec and fill capacity, that's 12 inmates in total. I do want to go to some staff and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Fire some staff simply because our cash flow is so low. I think it's going to be a bit of a concern. A couple of things before we really get on into the major part of the build. People have said that the lights are not centralised. That is correct. It wasn't really bothering me too much, to my surprise, but we are going to change them up and move them to there. And another thing as well, which was a great suggestion a little while ago now, over to flooring and padded floor. It's 40 generic units of currency per square, but it does cater for the safety need, whereas unlike any other floor, I mean, a lot of the floors will have, well, all the floors have a designation, whether it's indoor or outdoor only. They also have a walk speed. Some of them can alter the grade of things, like the running track there, and you see the mud decreases. But I believe the padded flooring, and this again to my knowledge, is the only one that alters a need. So yeah, it caters for the safety needs. That's pretty good. Anyway, in this episode, I want to get some inmates, get some more training. I say more training. I don't think I've even unlocked education. No, I haven't. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to put in probably a training room here, and I think I've got a classroom down there, just so we can do sort of taser rollout, the other training things, so things along the lines of, well, we need fire safety training and I think first aid as well. First things first, though, I'm just going to move this CCTV monitor down here, and that means that the power's going to go off. So 1, 2, 3, like that. That can go in there. Over to walls and doors. Demolish walls, we're going to demolish that one, and I'm just going to remove some of the room designations as well. I believe the training room is a 4x5, so it should fit in 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that'll be absolutely fine. That's quite acceptable. We're just going to move the door up a little bit, put in a wall there, wall goes in there, another wall goes in here, and then we might actually need some level of, doorway to get into the thing, so I'll build that one. And we've got some inmates. Let me just go over to walls and doors, and this can just be a staff dock, 'cause it's a training room. And yes, we now have some inmates, so let's just see how we get on with this one. We have set a fairly universal regime. That's fairly standard one, this one, but even though it's work free time, they'll never leave, because that is becoming staff, and all this is becoming staff as well, because they should never leave their cells. Now what I'm doing is I'm waiting for them to be escorted to their cells, and then I'm going to pause it, and every single person now gets locked down permanent, and we'll very quickly realise whether or not this entire premise of a permanent lockdown system is viable. I mean, it wouldn't be in the game. I was going to say it wouldn't be in the game if it wasn't, but there's lots of exceptions to that rule for many a system. But yes, let's just go for lockdowns with all of these ones, and then I'll go back through them all just to double check that I've got that done. So yeah, lockdown permanent, and lockdown permanent, and finally lockdown permanent. Just going to unpause it for just a second and then go back through. So I just need to sort of mouse over and we can see their needs. There's a privacy and freedom need. We knew that the dormitory was going to have a bit of a problem there, so we now have misconduct lockdown permanent, which is active on the 4 inmates at the very top. Yeah, this person I've obviously missed. Lockdown permanent. Yeah, it's set now. Prisoner Powell. Yes, and yeah, this person as well. Looks like I've missed them. Oh, sometimes it just doesn't click properly. And okay, apparently I have just missed loads. Okay, don't know what's going on there. It's definitely lockdown permanent though. Lockdown permanent and lockdown permanent. Right, so that is now set, hopefully correct, and let's just see how we get on here. So that's going to go like so. Need to put in the triangular bits there. And we are actually making money, which is handy. Although, to be fair, I've just realised we're going to have to rewire the CCTV monitor. When you shift it, it does just shift it. And yeah, it means you have to sort of do a bit of a rewiring. And there we go. So obviously we are very concerned about the prisoner's needs. We can see there is a critical freedom need, but there's a line there to say it's been met. Interesting. Okay, we've got some privacy needs as well, which is going to be 4 prisoners. Yes, so the 4 prisoners that it is referring to are obviously the ones in here. And the critical freedom need, saying they can't meet that need, but it is actually, it's got that line over there to say it's being met. So I don't know. We'll just have to see how the prisoners settle into this one. I want to go ahead and put in the padded flooring in here, but that's going to cost a bit of money. You can see there's a little bit of safety need go up, a little bit of comfort need, but the bladder and bowels was actually being looked after as well. The cells, by the way, they are shouting at us to say that there are no canteens, but you can hear there the prisoners are eating, so their food need is being met, and we can see that there are empty food trays on the outside. It does require guards for them to go and do that, so this is probably going to have some levels of overstaffing. There is the free time, and now I can see that a lot of this need is heading down. Yeah, there's that freedom need that's in the critical, but yeah, danger level is now low, which is very good. Okay, this might actually work. Yeah, we shall see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go over to our, where is it? It's going to be grants, and I'm going to pick up probably the prisoner reoffending rate, reduce it to below 30%, just mainly for that little bit of intake there. And we're going to have training room, and it requires education. Tell me about it. Haven't got it unlocked. Okay. I'll get it unlocked and go from there. I think I'm going to go with running track flooring, and I'm putting in the running track around where the new cell block is going to be. This is going to be just a clone of this thing, so yeah, we'll have to double check that. I think, well, I checked it earlier for the sizing and price, and it's going to be a lot of money to build this thing. But I also want to put in the other flooring first, this padded floor, so I'm going to get that built in first, and I do believe we will be picking up a bit of a loan. Do I want to alter the staffing levels any further? I really don't think I do. I think what we've got is acceptable. There we go. There is the floor going in. So this will cater for a need. It is the, let's have a quick look again. It is the safety need. Yes, okay, fine. You can see the danger level is fluctuating a little bit. We expected all of this. Yeah, look at that. The freedom need goes... There's got that line there. It says 9 prisoners are furious that they can't meet this need, but 9 prisoners are currently dealing with this need. So there is, yeah, definitely that in there. I'm going to go over to... here, and I'm going to change this to free... Do I just change it all to free time? I might as well just change it all to free time. There's no reason why we can't, because the prisoners don't do any work. So, yeah. I believe that noise was that the training room is now unlocked. Well, education. So that means a training room and a classroom. Not a classroom. I'll get there in the end. Classroom. And this is going to go down here, because obviously we have the space for it. So just going to zoom in. We'll put the office desk over there, and then the school desks in like so. Just a couple of levels of these. That is now fine. Over the training room, it's got a similar system going on, so that goes in there. Going to have in, well, I'm just going to search for training, and we need in a first aid station, which I'm putting in that corner. Grip bin can go there. We can have a rat trap going there, and then basically just need some levels of chair, and there's all the levels of chair. So I can now set off, once it's built anyway, some staff programs, specifically the fire safety training, and most likely first aid is the one I really need. Guard taser we are going to get as well, but it's going to take a little while. My question is, do I do this tracker pilot scheme? Do I have the money to do that? I believe I do. It's a bit of a nightmare to set going, but, well, let's have a look at it. So what do we need? We need a medical box in the infirmary, so we'll go to here and type in med, and there is a medical box which can go at the back, and obviously we will get that sold. We then need a security monitor. Install and connect a tracker monitor from the security menu. Is that in wiring? We do have in the tracker monitor, we do need to put a router in, so I'll just place one there. We need a health monitor, which can go in there, and assign tracking belts to 3 of the inmates. I'm going to do these inmates here. So it is in, where is it? Intelligence and tracking, and this person will say yes. I'm just going to wait. Oh, wait, that person hasn't got in a... That person hasn't got a NASH. Have they not got... yeah, they haven't got the lockdown permanent. I don't know if I can... I don't know if I have to stop them or not, or whether or not I'll have to set this to accessible. I will do shared for now and see if the inmate's brought over. So it does say to do, give prisoner a tracking belt. Okay, fine. This is the issue that we can often have. It just, yeah, it doesn't work. I wonder if I just end punishments and let them... should we see if that works? I've ended punishments, and to do, give prisoner tracking belt. Yeah, okay. It's definitely set. It just depends on why they're not going over. I mean, everything's shared and set up correctly, and we do have the bin at the back there. I'm just, let's say, a bit concerned that they're not being grabbed yet. One of the things that has only just occurred to me as well is that obviously we are meeting these needs for the inmates as best we can, but we're going to have to keep an eye on the... Oh, are they going down there? Was that someone being escorted over? Or was that just someone just wandering around? I think that was Powell just having a bit of a wander where they shouldn't be able to. Let me go back over to tracking, and I'm going to say, give a belt to those, give a belt to those. You know, if the game does it, it's great. If not, well, I'm not too sure what we can do, really. Yeah. Oh, two of them have got it. And then I'm going to say for the third, and then Gordon Nash, I'll say... no, don't want to do it on them ones. So it's obviously worked on two, and there's the grant done. So we're going to just remove this for the rest of it. Yeah, I was thinking about earlier. Where is this prisoner? Prisoner Nash. That obviously we've got the lockdown permanence and such, but we're going to have to keep an eye on this one because prisoners can still leave. They can still finish their sentence. And it means that obviously we have that concern there where we have a cycling of prisoners that we need to look after. Right, so that can be staff only, that can be staff only. I can not dismantle light. Well, I could if I wanted to, but it's not going to get me anywhere in life. And tracking monitor can be dismantled, and the router can be dismantled. Dismantle, there we go. And yeah, okay, things are seemingly working all right. Okay. Well, I've got a couple of things I can sell. I'm just a bit concerned. Let's just sell that object. I'm going to sell that medical box because I'm not going to have the tracking. I'm going to sell that one, and that's another one there to sell as well. Okay, so everything is sort of okay. I think I want to go tunnel search custom schedule, and we're going to search every 5 days, save selection. Like I say, I think if there's any concern of the they're not. Well, that's not connected up. No power. Now it's got power. Prioritise that. Not there's any other jobs going on, but just to make sure that the guards have been given that one. And there we go. That's now connected, and the searchlights are working. Good. Yeah, over to the needs then, and here we can see there's a couple of needs that are not being fulfilled. Privacy, which we knew about, which is them 4 inmates at the top, and the freedom need, which is... Strangely, not all of the prisoners have the need for freedom. We've got 12 prisoners, but yeah, this one here, interesting. Okay. I think what's best is if we just get cloning. I think I'm going to have to take out a bit of a grant on this one. I want to say a bit of a grant. Yeah, probably a big grant. I'm going to go with... we got prisoner reoffending, we've got cell block B. There's that search underway. Not going to do reformed education. Don't think the other one's going to get ran anywhere. The problem I have is that I have a grant to get up to 50 inmates, but I don't know when's the other one we can get. Things like tool cleanup, we need at least 40 inmates. I believe crackdown on drugs is 30. Yeah, okay. We're just going to have to get cloning. So I'm going to increase the bank loan to... I'm going to take it to 75 because I don't know how much this thing is going to be. Like I said, I did check it, that's why we've still got it highlighted there, but I think it was going to be quite a lot of money. So rotate that and then flip it and then place it. And also, while I'm doing that one, I want to see about programs, staff programs, fire safety training and first aid training. And you can see we're now into a deficit when it comes to our daily cash flow, which is sort of understandable. I think we're going to have to go for grants here, and luckily, because we're not in negative balance, we are in negative daily cash flow, but not the bank balance, which means our credit rating isn't being affected. If you get that going to the negatives, it's basically it's unrecoverable. You're not able to do anything about that. I'm also not able to do anything really about this. The game shouting at me with these alert symbols here, basically, and there are no canteens accessible for the prisoner to eat. Well, yes, there are not, but yeah, we're bringing the food to them, so we don't really need to bother. Let's go with, let's see how much money this is going to be. So that's going down. It got to 31,000. Okay. That's fine. And CEO, reform programs are key to success. Yeah, well, we're not going to run them. we're running on a different level on this this build here. So we'll see how we get on. Deployment wise, I'm just going to change this to minimum sec because otherwise we might have some problems when it comes to the intake, the onboarding of some more inmates. I'm hoping that once this is built and I've paid off, well, I say paid off this thing, I won't be paying off for a while, but when we get some inmates I can definitely decrease the loan just a little bit. Yeah, I mean, I could as well. Can I sell shares? No, I need a minimum value for the facility of 50,000, and it's only worth 30 apparently because of this starting grant. Okay, is there another grant I can pick up to really decrease this bank loan right about now? I'm going to go with prison manufacturing facility because it is a nice 20 grand payment. If I decrease it any further, that will put us on negative cash flow. So yeah, we'll have to see about that one. Over to patrols here, and I'm going to set up a magenta patrol, and this is going to be for the doggos. So we go for dog handlers, which goes on, I mean, technically it's there, and then an armed guard on there. So we've got that now all going, which is nice. Raise prisoner capacity to 50. We're on 19 currently, and one prisoner is up for a parole. It's a shame we don't have parole, and we're not going to get it either. Anyway, let's see about going to intelligence and security. And why is there only 3 people in this menu? How curious. Okay. Well, we do have lockdown permanent on most of these. Like I say, people could have finished their sentence and left, so we're just going to keep an eye on this one. I mean, lockdown permanent. There's no inmates in that one. Okay. Well, there's one, so should I say there's a need for more, but I'm guessing it's just a case of we've ordered so much stuff. Oh no, they could have moved down, of course. I mean, I don't know why the game would... it's probably moved them from the dormitory to individual cells. Okay, fine. We do need to put some utilities in, obviously, but we'll see about that later on. What I'm going to do is I'm going to wait till this is completely built, and then I'll check all of the inmates to make sure they've got a permanent lockdown. Not that really, I guess we necessarily need it, because this is all staff only, so like just by default the prisoners will never leave these cells because there's nowhere that they are sort of allowed to go when it comes to the whole sort of... is that not legitimate and done? Yeah, they can't leave because the policy does not allow for them to go in elsewhere. So there we are. I'm going to wait for the extra inmates to arrive, and let's see, can I decrease the loan? I really do need to get some 5 more inmates and then decrease the loan. I'm probably going to have to stop some training and maybe fire some more. I'm going to have to do some more firing. 1, 2, 3. You know what I'm going to have to do? I'm going to get rid of the armed guard because they're really, really costly, and a couple of workers as well. We're really paring this down now, but that's just because of the need to pay off this loan. Once we get inmates, I'll be able to drop this down, and then we have a positive bank balance again, which is, well, what I'm hoping. Yeah. All right, we'll see how we get on. So coming up to the arrival time, which is by default 8. I assume you can change that. Yeah, 8. There you go. So we now have positive bank balance. We now have decent money coming in. I'm just going to wait, like I said, for the inmates to be searched. They'll do all of that. See, they've been bringing in what appears to be I believe it was a saw there. And now everybody should be in their cells. So if they've got a punishment level, we will stop that, and then we're going to go for lockdown permanent on all of these guys. So obviously similar thing to what we've done up the top, lockdown permanent and lockdown permanent. So I'm just going to unpause it a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then lockdown permanent. So they must have shifted. We've got prisoner Johnson here and lockdown permanent. Lockdown permanent. This guy as well. You know what I'm going to say? A lockdown permanent. And I'll have to check the ones at the top as well, because, like I say, they could have moved down. Just double checking that one. And see for this one, and they're on lockdown permanent as well. Okay, so most of these should be lockdown permanent, but for the 30 seconds or so that it takes, I might as well go and check. So this person isn't. Just make sure that all have been changed over. I'm going to say shower head. We can't have that as a lockdown permanent. And I think that is about it. Right, there you go. So in intelligence and security, I don't know why it's got only a couple of them, but they've all got the the handcuffs on, so that's fine. We do have positive daily cash flow, which is good. Is there anything I can sell? I can sell a bench, sell object, and I'm just waiting really for this bank balance to go over the 25,000 mark. They're not drones and all, they need free time to keep them going. I'm fairly confident they've got free time. Yep, there's a lot of free time there, but there is a high level now of that freedom need, and we knew that the privacy was going to be where it was, but yeah. And let's see, comfort, that's been looked after. There is some safety need there. The 16 prisoners are concerned. Danger level is now high and increasing. Again, it's that freedom need. This is why I'm a bit concerned about getting in inmates other than low risk. Yeah, alright. We'll have to see then. Danger level is going up even further. And now it's decreasing because the inmates were looking after bladder, bowels, bit of sleep there, and it's heading down. Okay, that is a good sign. And we're now on 25,000. I can decrease that bank loan again, and now our daily cash flow shoots up. And obviously we will have to rehire some inmates. Rehire some staff. You understand? But yeah, see how we get on. So there's our bank balance in a negative one. So our credit rating will start to go down eventually because we can't pay off the interest, so we miss the interest payments and the credit rating goes down, but we shall see. We do get obviously some money coming in from the transformer, but that's later on of evening, so it's basically dead on 12. So yeah, let's see what our reoffending rate is. Reoffending rate is 42%. Punishment grade is 10. Well, that's not much of a surprise considering every inmate is permanent lockdown. Reform grade is 10, even though we're not doing any sort of programs. Work experience is 0. Security grade is 5 out of, well, we call out 10 out of 10. And the health is, as always, -2, because getting it even into the positive figures is apparently impossible. Yeah. There's all of the inmates. This is probably a better way actually to go through them to, check on them, so we can click on them from there. Multiple ways to access that menu, so that's fine. Bank balance is in positive, which is handy. I'm going to see about that grant. Yes, we do still have a positive bank loan, which is good. And I can sell some shares, which I would get, wow, I would get 5,000 if I was to sell some shares now. Not even 5,000, 4,998 generic units of currency. Not worth even clicking the button. Alright, so if we could do some more cloning, that'll require me to take out another big loan, which is not ideal. Okay. Trying to think what the best thing would be. There you go, feed all prisoners. That's slowly going up, which is what we want. Yeah, I'm not too sure what the what the best thing for us to do. Okay. I'm tempted to stop the first aid, the fire safety training. I'm gonna stop that. I'm gonna keep running first aid because it's always useful. Although we haven't really needed it at this stage. I'm actually looking around the facility, going, is there anything I can sell? Is there anything I can actually sell off? Yeah, I don't think there is. I don't think there's anything. I mean, there's lights on the outside. We could probably get rid of those. So these bricks, you can dump them, but that's not going to help out. Don't want to get rid of the dog kennels. I could get rid of some of the guard lockers, maybe. To say that this the whole cash flow thing crept up on me is a bit of an understatement. Tell you what we can do. We can get rid of some medical beds. We don't need the medical beds like this size. In fact, we don't need many of the stuff in here. So just dismantling them, not dumping them. We are just dismantling them. And we can see the daily cash flow is going up, and we're going to go for a cell, which is going to be pretty good, actually. It's 450, I think that was, and that's going to give us a nice amount of just extra money there, the bank balance. Okay, good. Well, there are a couple of ways we could go about this. I could take out another loan. Probably 100,000 we're going to have to go to, and clone this again, and then bring in obviously more inmates. We could do that. Or I could let it run a while and see how we get on just coming to pay this off. I think it's going to be column A and column B, truth be told. Alright. Double check in a reform, and you look around. If there's anyone without handcuffs on, we know that there is a bit of a issue there. I mean, obviously these are low risk inmates, so their capacity for fighting is not that high. So if we get medium inmates, how is that going to affect things? Like, we've got the danger level at basically max. Yeah, it's high. So 19 prisoners of serious complaints, which is this freedom need, which we knew we were going to have. 24 prisoners are shackled in their cells or in solitary. Yes, fine. 24 prisoners are suppressed compliant. That is because of the warden statute, I think. And warden is having calm effect on the prisoners, and staff morale is high. Okay. That's another thing I could probably do if I really wanted to. Let me see. No, that's not going to be a good idea. I was going to say what we can do is I can from finance I can cut the pay. All right. Let's see. Maybe I haven't got prison policy. If I had prison policy, I can reduce the food need. It's going to cost 1,000 for that. Yeah, I'm going to pick that up because, like I said, then we can alter the policy so we don't have as many meals or whatever. Actually, we just reduce it down. When can we get that grant, actually? We've got... inmate nutritional research is there, so we can run that now. Yeah. But I'd have to get rid of one of these, and cancelling it would incur a fine. A fine of 1,500. Okay. I think we're going to leave it there for now. That's been a bit of Prison Architect. It has been a bit of a learning one. I'm glad it's working. It seems to be working so far. Not without its issues. Obviously, this danger level is concerning, but there's been no negative effect of that being so low. We do have poor bank balance. The only way, really, that's going to improve is if Did someone just bring in an empty laundry basket and just leave it there? I think they did. The only way we're going to get more money is by getting more inmates, and getting more inmates requires more cells. More cells means more money, so we're back onto that sort of cycle. The self-fulfilling prophecy. I think I'm going to run it for a couple of in-game days just to, like I say, have this daily cash flow go in the right direction. I could even do some more firing, but there's only so far we can really pare the staff down because, well, I don't really want to be firing dog handlers and such because, yeah, we've already paid for like I don't want to say the uniforms, but the protective vests. We've already paid for the training. Yeah. I guess I could get rid of a doctor. Get rid of a doctor. We don't really need... We probably don't need both doctors. But I'm going to keep that one running. Yeah. I'm going to see how we get on. So far, it seems to be functioning, which is what we want. We are obviously having this problem with cash, but I'm going to run it for a couple of in-game days and see how we get on. I think most likely what will happen is, though, I'm just going to have to pick up about maybe, well, another big loan and then get some normal category of inmates. We'll see how we get on. Either way, hope you have enjoyed the episode and the series thus far. It is very different from what we've done in the past, and certainly different from the previous series, money-wise as well. Yeah. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed it. As always, comments in the comments. We've just received more inmates, so I'll have to see about that one. Actually, let's see if I can do that now. Reform, and then we go through here, and everybody has handcuffs on apart from Eaton. There you go. So I can go over to Prisoner Eaton, and then lockdown permanent, and then that's now set. Brilliant. As always, hope you have enjoyed it, and let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.